Hello everyone, my name is Tamar Ilana and welcome to Curtain Call on Fab Collab Live. Every week we host a different woman, and I say women in the most inclusive way possible, in the arts industry. We've been going live every week since November 18th, I believe, and we're going to continue going live as long as we can every week because there's so many amazing people to feature. And today's artist, I'm so excited. Their name is Kitsune, and I met them through Cody Harper, who danced at the last Women in Song. And Kitsune is a playwright, and I just watched her new work that she plays like 8 characters in, presented by Indigenous Theater. We'll be posting the link so you can check it out. It's incredible. And they are also of Plains Cree, Nehia, and Bear Clan. And oh, there you are. Just giving you a little intro here. I'm gonna bring you right on so we can get you to intro yourself. Yeah. And you can follow her at fox.in.mox. You can see right down there that they've joined. And please follow and support as always. You know, it's always a help. So here we go. Yeah, not in a second. Hey, Kitsune. There you are. Oh! Hello. I'm so happy to see you.
Yes, it's great to see you too. Oh my God, I love your earrings.
Thanks. They're beadwork from a tribe in the mountains in Mexico. I got a few years ago. I love them. Yeah. Oh my God, I love everything. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here.
Yes.
First of all, how are you doing?
Good. It is so hot in here. It is so hot. How
I
about you?
know.
Is it pretty hot too?
Oh, boiling. It's like ridiculous. But I'd rather that sometimes than, the opposite. What happened to spring? I gotta say, spring has like disappeared, like it doesn't exist anymore.
It's not
You
a
know?
thing.
It's not a thing anymore. We can just not even talk about it. Well, I was just trying to give an intro, but I think it's best if you give your intro. So far, I've said that I met you through Cody, that you're of Plains Cree, that Nehia and Bear Clan, that you're a playwright, and I just watched your awesome play where you play like a million people, and I need to ask how you do that. And but please take over. Please tell us your name, where you're from, and just give us who's Kitsune.
Sure. So, Tanze Tawio Kitsune Tigasin Neya Nehio. So what I just said was like, hi, how are you? My name is Kitsune. I am Nehio, which is Plains Cree. I am also like Bear Clan, and our nation is from Mistawasis First Nation, which is out in Saskatchewan. And I guess like I never know what to say about myself because I'm like not exactly like fit into one spot for like the art that I do because it is so like
I hear you, man.
random and
I
out
hear you.
there. It's like if I get a chance to work on any type of art to like just try it out, I will try it out. I am a hoarder of crafts.
Oh my God.
And yeah, and I guess right now I am working on my first play still. So the little snippet that you saw was through Center for Indigenous Theater. I guess I'm a 4th year. I guess I kind of just graduated though because that was the presentation for.
Wow! Congrats.
Thanks. So the work that you saw is just like an in progress. For anybody who didn't get the chance to see it, basically we set it up kind of like a movie. Because in COVID times right now, like it would be a theater piece in an actual theater, one
Oh my God.
person,
I'll
one
be there.
costume. So that's the goal with that work as well, is to like eventually get it out into a theater. And it was pretty cool because a friend of mine who now produces, I guess, she saw it and she's like, hey, if you want help to like get that on its feet, like I'm here, whatever. I'm like, cool.
Amazing.
And as well, I am going to continue working with like that school, my school, for like the rest of the summer and do another presentation at either at the end of the summer or maybe like in September. I'm not really sure, but yeah. And
Oh my God, I'll be in the front row. And everybody on this call better be in the front row. It's called HER show, her show. Can you remind us what that stands for?
It stands for Healing Existential Reality.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck, everyone. Good luck with that one. Cody says, hi, lovelies. Hi, Cody. Thanks for introducing us. So awesome.
Hey, Cody, I love
Yeah.
you.
We got to come and visit you and hang out. But we're almost there. Our patios are open on Friday. Can we just take a moment to be happy about that?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for the fabric store to open.
oh my God. Yeah, right. For all your costumes. So for those of you just joining, this is Kitsune, and we're talking about, everything that we possibly can about her, but primarily right this second, about their new play that you've been working on with Indigenous Theater, Center for Indigenous Theater, called HER Show. And you play, how many characters do you play?
In that piece, it was like 4 characters that were shown. There's more characters than that. There's a boyfriend, there's a best friend, there's
Oh my
another
God. Who is
manager.
Clementine's boyfriend? Do I want to know?
This poor girl, I don't know why I wrote it like that, but everyone in her life is like a total jerk. And so, like, I guess kind of like one of the points of the play is to just like, stepping into your power and just like taking that back, taking the control back. Cause like literally every aspect of her life, and you saw the play, so you got to see how mean the manager was, like how controlling the mother is and whatnot. So, like, she's just in a whole universe of people who are mean and cruel to her. And she's just like, she's honestly such a sweetheart. So,
I know. I love Clementine. Guys, Clementine is one of the characters, the main character of the show, shall we say, right? So, okay, so let's back up a little bit. We're going to post a link to that show. If it's not already in the bio, it will be there right after this interview. And it's on YouTube. It's about 15-20 minutes. Be sure to watch it. I'm going to watch it again. And let's back up a little bit. So you said you're a Plains Cree. So you know what? My family's from my dad's family is from Saskatchewan, Treaty 4 territory, Pasqua First Nation. So we're close. We're not too far. I wonder how far that is. I'll have to look it up. But did you grow up there? Did you grow up here? Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your life.
So I am on Treaty 3 is where I'm located, which for, I guess, like the main region is like Niagara region, so right beside Niagara Falls. I actually wound up growing up in this area, and then I lived in Toronto for like a good 10 years, and I was like,
it happens.
Screw you, Toronto. It's so busy out here. Peace. And then I moved back here to be closer to my family and whatnot.
Nice.
I was actually adopted. Me and my brother were adopted out as toddlers, so I grew up with a white family and very disconnected from culture and stuff. And then when I moved to Toronto, I think I was around like early 20s to like mid 20s. And then that is kind of when I started learning more about my culture and just like embracing myself. And then of course I went to like CIT, Center for Indigenous Theater, so their whole world is about, bringing culture to us and whatnot.
Wow. Were you and your brother in the same family at least?
Yes, we have the same mother and the same father. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness to hear that. I didn't know that about you. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you so much.
It's actually pretty cute though. Like all of like our old pictures, like you see like these 2 little brown babies in the 90s with like super white parents, and like we're so cute.
I bet. I'd love to see those pictures. Did you ever, I hope this is okay to ask, please stop me if it's not, but did you ever meet your biological parents?
Yeah, I met both of them. They aren't together anymore. My dad is like white and black mix, and my mother was full Indigenous. My mother and our 2 older sisters live out in like Winnipeg area.
Oh, wow.
And I've got several, I guess, nieces and nephews. I'm a great aunt now because my one niece had a baby. I think the baby's less than a year old now. So the plan is like hopefully soon, like hopefully the pandemic stuff and we're allowed to travel soon, because I would love to go out there and meet my little nieces and nephews.
That's amazing that you were able to reconnect. Both my first cousins were adopted when they were really little babies, and they also were able to meet their birth parents when they turned 18. Yes, it's amazing to hear that. And also, you said, I also hope this is okay. You said you're comfortable with anything, but always feel free to just stop, not answer, and say and whatever you want or don't want, of course. But you also, I do want to touch, I know you wanted to touch as well on what's been happening in Canada in the past couple of weeks with the 215 children that were discovered. And it says in your bio that you're actually the descendant of a residential school survivor, the daughter. I'm a great granddaughter of a residential school survivor, but you're much closer to that pain. Is there anything you want to talk about or say about that or not?
Yeah, I don't know if I could say stuff without crying, so I'm just like preparing for that.
I understand.
But I'm okay with like talking about it because it's important to talk about the experiences and whatnot. And I think for people who are non-Indigenous, just like the stories of residential school seemed like such a far off place. And to live as an Indigenous person in Canada or the United States or whatever, like it's not foreign to us. It's in our blood. It shows up in so many different ways through intergenerational trauma or like for example, my sisters did grow up with like my mother and stuff, and just like her parenting skills had been affected because of all of like the horrible things that she went through and all the different kinds of abuse and stories that you hear about my mother did go through. So yeah, when I found out about the news, I took it like so hard. Like it definitely took me a week to just like, you know, like take it all in. I canceled some like work appointments and stuff, and I was just like very, you know, in my own sort of thing. But then on top of it, I was like last week, my show got released and I was editing that, and I left it all last minute because I was so like re-traumatized by everything, as well as like another art project that I'm just gonna share now. Through Jumbly's Theater, I wound up getting like a grant to like work on a project that was like,
congratulations,
you know, to have a conversation with like Ivy, which is my biological mother. I had gotten the grant to like talk to her, just like not really about like residential school necessarily, but just like have a conversation about culture and creativity and stuff, because she's very creative like with her hands and she makes things and whatnot. So I was just gonna have like a very informal conversation, like do like a little 3 to 4 minute video piece on that, just us talking over like random sort of like video kind of thing. And that completely changed over the weekend, and I shifted it to be more of like I call it a video poem.
Wow.
And I definitely drew a lot of
it's okay, take a minute.
A lot of inspiration from like residential school, and just like I'm so mad. You know, it's so unfair that like a whole nation of people, like they were trying to exterminate us, essentially, right? Like kill the Indian and the child, rip the babies from their homes and take them off site. And the reason why they took them off site was because we couldn't be close to our family and still have that connection to culture. So not only was it like just general genocide, it was also cultural genocide, what they did to us. And anyway, so I guess kind of like the piece talks more about like my frustration with, you know, what they did to her. What they did to like kind of all of us, because like you still see so many effects of that right now. The last schools didn't even close until, oh hey, another friend just joined in, I love you. Just the effects are so like everlasting. The last schools didn't close until, you know, close to the end of the 90s. And it's just like really weird to think that like if I was born in the right part of Canada at the right time, I was alive at that time, I could have gone to residential school, and I'm only in my 30s. And that's
or the wrong time in the wrong place in Canada.
Yes.
Should we say? But yeah. Me too. I have the exact same thought. It's
And
scary.
and then as well, just like my existential dread that came from like learning that, or just like it's so shocking in general to like hear, anywhere that they found over 200 skeletons of babies is just like completely insane. And then just like where the existential, I guess, dread for me comes in is like that could have been my mom. I could potentially not be here
Totally.
today, kind of thing, right? Or
Hmm.
it could have been our dad, or like, you know, and it sucks because it's like a whole network of people who don't get to be here today, who don't get to, even though they would have been living with like trauma or like maybe, I don't know. I think a lot of people still live with trauma, and I think there's a lot of people who went through that who
Hmm.
not got over it, but like found ways to heal through the years, kind of thing, right?
Bit by bit.
So yeah, this work is going to be like, I don't know, live. They've got like a physical viewing of it because we're going to be opening up as well. It will be in Toronto through Jumbly's Theater. I'm gonna like just go in this live after. Do you keep these lives on your Instagram here? Okay, cool. I will like put all the links and mention all the things in the comments after so people can
Awesome. We will
have
also post
links.
them, and we can post it in our bio and spread the word.
Okay,
Just
cool. So they're gonna have a physical viewing of it from June 12th to July 9th on their ground floor, and it's located like, uh,
this is the video poem, right?
yes,
Wow.
I can't remember the
Wow.
street names where it's located, but it's through Jumbly's
Doesn't matter.
Theater.
We'll find it and we'll post it.
And I'm pretty sure that they're gonna do like, or actually, I think it might already be online.
Wow.
I know that they've got our artist bios and stuff up on their website, so
I hear you.
yeah.
I
But it
can't
was
wait to see
received
that.
really well with like everyone. I was like, sorry guys. Oh yeah, so I was doing that project over the weekend when the news came out, and I was just like really traumatized, and it was hard. It
Yeah.
was really hard.
Yeah. I can't believe you still managed to do that. That
But I
requires me.
edited my show on time too, so I got everything good. I wound up missing the deadline for like the project because I was like incredibly traumatized, obviously. But I just called them the day after, and I'm like, guys, when can I have this done for you? And they said Friday. I was like, perfect, because I got some of it done or whatever. At least it's worked on. They're like really
Wow.
understandable and stuff, and they were like, they kind of expected it anyway because that
Yeah.
some of what it was anyway, so they had expected that.
Oh my
But I'm
God.
really happy that I had considered pulling myself out of it,
Yeah, of course.
but I wound up like pushing through. And it's funny because there's been like a couple times in my life where like something really traumatic happens and I'm just able to make art from it. I mean, that's like me in a nutshell.
I hear you. Yep. That's basically how Fab Collab and this whole platform was born, with the trauma to the world with COVID. We're like, now what? I'm a dancer. Normally I'm on tour. I sing, I dance, and I'm on tour all the time. And with other colleagues, we're like, now what? And then we realized, it's like so difficult for artists right now to produce anything because you have to be tech savvy, you have to edit videos, you have to do all these things. What can we do to help and give more artists, especially like artists that need more of a platform and don't have enough of one? What can we do? And Fab Club was kind of born out of that. So I totally hear you. When traumatic things happen, you have to create art that somehow some of the best artists has created, sadly yet beautifully, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I really hear you about, how you said the school like affected, school is almost the wrong word here. It seems kind of strange to call it a school, but the residential system affected your mom and your biological mother and her ability to be a mother. I really feel that through the generations. And I know, it's been my great grandparents, but then I saw my grandparents had it, like, and then my dad and his siblings, like certain effects, and it really like translates over time. And I don't even know how many generations it's going to take to fix that. But I'm really glad that you said that and recognized it, because I feel it throughout. And when the more Indigenous and mostly mixed Indigenous, because the bloodlines have been so mixed over the years that I speak to, the more I hear the exact same thing as you. And I felt it as well growing up, that we were so disconnected and so disconnected from our culture that it like almost worked, In many ways it worked. And now I'm finally feeling like this coming back, like this trying to reconnect, recognizing I was even scared to recognize this, that I didn't feel Indigenous enough, or that I didn't know enough, or that I didn't grow up there, or anything of the sort, And now I'm hearing that like across the board. So I'm starting to feel more comfortable to talk about it and hear others and bring it up. And I'm just glad that you're also bringing that up. And wild to hear that you came in your 20s to Toronto and reconnected. What was that like? Like your first kind of connection with your roots?
I guess it was like, I don't know, it was like really interesting.
Thanks,
like
Lauren.
I wanted to come to like Toronto because it's Toronto. Like there's so many exciting things that happen in Toronto, right? So it's like the big city, especially coming from such a small city. Like our town is like 40 or 50,000 people here. We've got nothing to do. We've got a shopping mall. It's like that's as exciting as it gets, really. So I was just like excited to like be around other people and stuff. And I didn't even go there to go to Toronto to like go to school or whatever, because like I always wanted to like do artistic things, but I never really saw myself as like an actor or like whatever, like the possibility of that. Like I always wanted it, but I like never really envisioned myself that much into it. And then they wound up having like the school has a summer program kind of thing. So I took the summer program, and then it turned out to like, hey, come to our full program kind of thing. So it was really through the school that I got to like learn different songs, and traditions, just even stuff like traditional medicines and stuff like that, and different protocols and stuff. Like I'm still like very much, I think, with like culture or whatever, even if you're brought up with it, I feel like culture is one of those things where it's like a lifelong journey of still learning different aspects of it and whatnot. So very thankful to have been there and had the opportunity. One of the things though that I really wish that I got to like grow up on is like the powwow trails and being able to like dance and stuff. So I think that's kind of like my next step of like really what I want to do is like powwow dance.
Cool.
I have always like thought about it kind of thing. So that's why I was like, I can't wait for us to open, because I want to rush to the fabric store before we close down again to just work on it. I don't think that my cost or my regalia is going to be that great, because I don't really know how to sew or whatever. But one thing that I remember someone saying is like, your first regalia, it's like tradition or whatever to like make your own regalia.
Oh, wow.
So like your first one, make yourself, unless if you're like a child, obviously. So I'm like, okay, it might not look the best, but I'm learning anyway. I don't care. I just want to do it so bad.
So cool. I would love that. Actually, Cody is a pro, so you should ask her. I know she makes her own regalia, and it's incredible.
I totally should, because I was like, I don't, because there's so many pieces to it, and then like people have headpieces, and then like beadwork, and then like you've got your shawl, and then you've got like moccasin things. There's like so many pieces. I'm gonna hit you up, Cody. And
me too. I love fancy shawls. Got to be my favorite thing in the world. And that would be a dream come true to be able to dance that one day as well at a powwow. I used to go to some with my dad and even my mom when I was a kid, but it's been a while. Leah Granger here is commenting. She's also our co-host on Fab Club. She hosts every other week. And she says, it seems the learning journey of an artist never ends. Oh, for sure. Leah's also a flamenco dancer and journalist. And I 100% agree with that comment. And Cody's regalia is beautiful. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And beadwork and everything. In fact, we were thinking of seeing if Cody, in case you're here and listening, if you could do a workshop. We'll talk about that later, even about like some basic beadwork or some basic regalia, and that'd be pretty incredible. Anyways, so I love that plan. Are you gonna do that this summer?
Yes.
Amazing.
I
Yeah.
found a spot online that has like ribbons and stuff.
Oh my
To like
God.
at least purchase my ribbons from there and then just purchase the fabric locally. And then, yeah, just work on, my cardio and jumping around and be able to sustain myself jumping around because, oh my God, if I
Seriously.
was to be like chased after for anything right now at my physical abilities, I would fall on the ground and just get caught because I'm not
Adrenaline
there
might kick
yet.
in. Adrenaline might kick in. But I hear you. It's pretty constant, yeah, movement. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to go with you. Let me know. We'll go. I want to go to
Yes.
Manitoulin, to the Grand Powwow Manitoulin. I think that would be a dream come true. It was canceled last summer. I was like trying to get my dad to go. But maybe this summer, you never know. Oh my goodness. Have you ever been to any powwows here or anywhere?
I've been to like some of the ones like in and around Toronto, but I haven't been
Nice.
to like um one of the ones like on the land where like they have like I don't want to say real powwow as opposed to like, U of T powwow, but like
Yeah, I
real
hear you.
powwow.
Or I used to go to the one at the Sky Dome. I mean, I mean, it's not called the Sky Dome. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I went to a couple on the land with like buffalo burgers and stuff. It's pretty awesome. We'll go together. I hope that'd be amazing. So,
Yeah.
okay, so oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, like in Toronto as well, like there's so many like indigenous like festivals and like indigenous art festivals and stuff too. So like Toronto's a good place to be for like connecting culturally, I find. Or like I think probably
Yeah,
a lot of big cities in general.
I think it is, especially maybe especially Toronto, or maybe I'm biased. I don't know. But I have a question for you about culture and like, where did you learn to speak the language, to speak Plains Cree, or do you know like where do I've been looking to learn that? Like, where can I find that? Do you know?
Okay, so that bit of a sentence, like my introduction, I kind of learned online.
Amazing.
Just through like YouTube or whatever, but like Tanze, that's just like hello.
Yeah.
That one, like a lot of people know that. And actually, I did take like a course for it. It was through like maybe University of Alberta. I didn't wind up with it,
Um,
but it
that
was
makes sense.
online because of COVID. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that we're still in a pandemic, but just like the opportunities for like myself to be able
Yeah.
to like even do my play remotely and be able to
Mm-hmm.
show it remotely has been like a really good thing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that course was through. I think they have like a fair bit for like Nihio Weiwen language
Mm-hmm.
because it's one of the ones that are more
So close.
common. I think.
Yeah.
Like more people speak it, I guess. So
That's
I'll
such a good
search around. My
point.
one girlfriend, like she always finds these classes and stuff, so I'll hit her up and be like,
Cool.
"Hey,
And
can I
that's
be
my
your
mom
class?"
commenting. I might still have cassettes from a Cree course. Of course she would. Of
Oh,
course she would.
cool! Yeah. Hi, mom.
Why didn't I ask my mom first? She like has copies of cassettes from everything. She's an ethnomusicologist, and that's her forte, is studying music and language and culture from all over the world. So obviously, I wrote the Native Center, and they didn't know. I like asked a bunch of Cree Indigenous juries I was on and arts councils that they didn't know. I've been like reaching out for a little while and haven't found anyone. But I took the Indigenous 101 Worldviews course at University of Alberta, so I should have thought of that. I'm gonna look at that for sure. And if you can talk to your friend and mom, send those cassettes. So I would love that so much, and I haven't found it yet. I'll spread the word if I find it, and we can all attend. I've been
Yeah.
like dying, learn a little bit, right? There's Ojibwe classes here and stuff, but yeah, I want to learn the language that my ancestors spoke that nobody really speaks in the family anymore at all, right?
Yeah.
So got to get there bit by bit. Okay, so what else do I really want to ask you about? So I've heard this word a lot, especially recently, and I'm sure you know it and many people know, but some people don't, and it's used. I'm not sure if you use it, but like, can we ask what is indigiqueer? And it's been coming up a lot, and people have been asking me, and I thought better to ask on this platform. and speak about that. It's both Indigenous Month, Queer Pride Month. I live on Church Street.
Yeah.
I'm missing Pride. I'm missing Pride a lot this month.
Oh.
But yeah, let's talk about it. What's this month about? What's Indigiqueer? What's the connection to Two Spirit? What is this all about? You know?
Well, Indigiqueer specifically, for me anyway, like am, I guess like bisexual and like my sexual identity is like not straight, so I consider Indigiqueer to be anyone who isn't straight, essentially. And as far as like the two spirit stuff, I'm not completely like, I guess, knowledgeable on it to like talk about it. But as far as I know, like a lot of our cultures have more than just like one or two genders kind of thing. We have more than male. Now we have like a mixture of yeah, I don't want to talk anymore because I don't know how to like properly explain it. But I think there's like
I hear you.
five different genders that we could have like gone by. But I do know that these people were really like revered in our cultures, and they were held in high regard.
I've heard that as well.
They were the ones who were like our decision makers. Just they were like really respected kind of thing. And I think Two Spirit as well. And I think this is where like I get confused too. Some people think that like if you're not straight, you are Two Spirit. And I think that's where, because I used to really identify as Two Spirit, and I'm like still on that, like, you know, on that line of, am I Two Spirit or like, am I not? I don't know. It's something that I have to investigate more myself. But as well, it's kind of like, if you identify with more than just like your birth gender, so like if you inhabit like both male and female inside of you or whatever, and I feel like I do, but like my male side in me, I feel like it's kind of like dark or whatever, so I'm trying not to acknowledge it. So
no, if you ignore it, it might get darker. You never know. Just saying. So I mean, I feel like we all have a little bit of female energy, the yin and the yang, right? Otherwise, it would be a lot of imbalance. Maybe we just don't recognize it as much as we should in general. You know what I'm saying? And I have heard that as well. That like, or maybe, I mean, I guess it's different for everybody. That's what I feel. But and I have heard that as well. That Two Spirit were really revered, because I mean, how incredible is that you can both understand. You know, they can understand more than one gender and feel that as it should be, you know, as it should be revered. And I guess that's one of the things that they really tried to kill in the culture, you know?
Yeah.
Really put out. Time to bring it back.
Yeah.
Right? And we also touched on when I talked to you a few days ago, and I just want to address this as well as part of Fab Club and the Curtain Call and the various series that we have. And you know, I should probably write this on our website and state it more clearly in as many ways as possible. But I want to say that the terms women, girls with gear, women in song, and all these terms that we're using, I really just want to, and I'm open to all suggestions. We're open to all suggestions. Please write me and call me and tell me whatever anyone thinks, and you as well, obviously, Kitsune, I'll ask you. But you know, I just want to say that those words are as inclusive as can possibly be in the broadest sense of the terms. You know what I'm saying? And we're searching for ways to make that as clear as possible. I don't know if it's women with an X, women, transgender, binary, like what is the best way to do that? We're talking to the 519, and you know, I really want to even ask you, like, Kitsune, what do you think about using those words? Should we use them? Should we not? What can we do to really make people feel included and not excluded at all? That is not the goal. So yeah, I know it's a huge question. You can't answer all of it, but I just want like your opinion, you know?
Well, I think the more forward you are with like having these different terms and stuff in your, you know, presence online makes it more inclusive for people who like, I don't know, this is just an example, but like for me, when there's a trans woman, you're a woman. I don't really see it as trans.
Exactly.
Whereas a lot of people do, or like if you're a trans man, you're a man to me,
Mm-hmm.
or like whatever, right? And I'm not really sure where I was going with that, but definitely like in me and my own practices or like things that I do, I try to be as inclusive as I can,
Mm-hmm.
as well as like I think we were talking about this the other day. Just I was excited to like be a part of this because the presence that you do give off is very inclusive. So
Thank you.
and we had a little discussion about like I don't know if anybody knows or has seen the commercial, but Sephora just put out a commercial that was like for like maybe Indigenous month. I'm not really sure exactly, but they had included a very monotoned palette. I don't know if that's the right word, but like very catered towards a conventionally attractive, conventionally skinny, conventionally light-skinned Indigenous representation. And if you are on Indigenous Instagram at all or whatever, everyone's talking about it, especially our Afro-Indigenous kin. They feel like they are always being left out in terms of representation or whatever, or like I hadn't really thought about it that much, but then now that these conversations are happening, even like on screen, on TV and whatnot, more oftentimes than not, I'll see like an Indigenous actor who is white to portray the Indigenous people on a show rather than somebody who's Black and Indigenous. So I definitely think that like, this missed opportunity for like Sephora or whatever has opened up the conversation for people.
Yeah.
Like, even like me and the things that I want to be involved in the future or whatever, making sure to have those conversations with people about, just being inclusive and whatnot.
Yeah, it's super important. And I'm glad that commercial happened just to open the discussion. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with everything that's been happening the past year since George Floyd and Black Lives Matter and Indigenous issues. And I just can't imagine what it must feel like to be Black and Indigenous. I'm Jewish and Indigenous. That's already something, but I can walk down the street and like pass as white and nobody will know the difference, right? But Black Indigenous must just feel the brunt of so many things on so many levels that I can't even imagine. So please, I know Kitsune, you've spoken about a few people, but please, I would just want to speak to them and give people a platform, and just reach out. So if anybody knows anybody that you think should be featured on Curtain Call on any of our programming, please send our way and we will do it. I just want to put that out there as an open invitation.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I already have like some people. I have to like go through my list and be like, who do I think would be really great for this opportunity to share the work that they do and just have these open conversations.
Yeah, we want to hear from them.
It's 2021, our inclusion and our palette of people and our range should be included and showcased in every capacity in every media.
Ole, in flamenco we say ole. Like, yes, exactly. 100% agree. And if anybody's watching, and hey, Carmen, thanks for joining, beautiful flamenco dancer. If anybody has any comments or questions or anything of the sort, please this is like a particularly quiet group today, but please feel free to share and ask. As you can see, Kitsune is a magically open person, so I think she'd be comfortable with questions. I'm just going to put that out there. But also, Kitsune, is there anything that we missed or that I didn't ask you or that we really wanted to talk about and that I forgot to say just before anyone asks?
I guess kind of just to like add on what we were just talking about. Because like say for like the Sephora campaign, there's like one person in particular, I guess she was in charge of like curating that group of people or whatever. So the blame really fell on that one person. But I definitely think that like the influencers and people who are involved as well, it's like our responsibility as like a whole to make sure that like people are being included. So like, I don't know. I think it's definitely something that, you know, it's a community effort to be shown in every sort of aspect. Where can we find your work? I set up like a link tree thing in my bio on Instagram. Nice. So I've got my play linked in there as well. I'm doing some TikTok stuff. I've been into getting onto like Indigenous TikTok as well.
Awesome.
And then, yeah, I will make sure that my Jumblies project is in there. Oh,
please.
Yeah. Something I totally forgot to mention, but I wound up getting cast as like an Indigenous wolf.
Oh, yeah. We wanted to say this. Oh, my God. Yes. Cast as what?
An Indigenous wolf princess.
This is my favorite.
For a podcast, and that is going to be live in October, but it's called Howl the Podcast. Howl the Podcast.
That's amazing. And you're the main character, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can't even wait. Oh my God, we'll post about that as well. Yeah. Lauren Beast is awesome. Lauren is an amazing singer and percussionist and artist and saxophone player as well. That we featured in one of our first shows back in August. So yeah, follow each other and, you know, do all the things and support and collaborate, please. That's the best thing. Well, we can't wait to see that. I mean, after I saw your play, I think you could play any part. So yeah, I said at the beginning I was going to ask you, like, how do you like, you know, how do you embody and impersonate all those different, I don't know if impersonate is the right word, but act all those different characters? Like, what do you do to do that? It's pretty wild, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how I do it. It just like happens, I guess. I guess like some of the clues would be like in the script itself, and like really thinking about like if I'm doing like the manager character or like who is the villain, right? How can I make her appear evil in what she says and how she says it? So I kind of like do that approach for like everyone, as well as like a lot of like acting is listening to the other person and reacting. So like a lot of acting can be like really silent. It's just reacting. And I was trying to like have that quite a bit in the play, to have like my characters just like, I was pretending to like listen to the other person as well while I was like filming, so that I would have reaction shots to be able to like,
yeah, that was cool,
edit it together when I got to have it all done and whatnot.
I think it's the most creative use of Zoom I've seen. You guys will see. Cody also wants to know, who are some of your idols? Oh, that's always a hard question. I'm like, everyone.
Well, I've always been like a really big fan of like Betty Page.
Nice.
So like, I don't know, I used to like do burlesque and like cabaret and stuff like that years ago now, but like my main character in my play actually had the Betty Page hair and like the long curls.
Amazing. Yeah, true.
So I don't know, Betty Page is one of them. I don't know, I don't really like idolize people that much. It's more of like just like personal projects and just being a good person, I guess, kind of thing, right? The people that I surround myself with are good people who are doing good things, who are kind-hearted, who are community-based, and not super individualistic. I'm not very much on people who are self-serving as a whole.
Wow, way better answer than I could give. I'm like, everyone. You're like, let's talk philosophy and morals. Amazing. Well, now I'm gonna have to say those are my idols too. I'm just gonna have to copy the answers. Too good and beautiful and true. Yeah.
Do it. Actually, you know how we just like toppled over like Ryerson?
Oh my God, I want to ask you about that too. What do you think? Yeah.
Well, it's funny because like my boyfriend was like, why do we even have statues in the first place? Like, that's so stupid to like idolize somebody and make a statue of them or like whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
He's so right. Like, why do we have statues? Like, even if somebody has done like really like great things, it's just like, so it's weird to me kind of thing, right? So anyway, I'm very happy that like, you know, our people went out there and just like toppled over that statue and like decapitated it, and just like, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it too. And I think I saw that in Kingston they took down another one. I'm not sure if it was the city, I think it was Johnny McDonald, or the people, but I saw it being carted away.
Good,
like,
good. Really, they should be taken down. We've even got like, oh god, Johnny McDonald. I think he's the one that's on our $10 bill. That needs to change. That definitely needs to change, because he had like, such a huge hand. He had such a huge hand in like the residential schools and whatnot.
Yeah. I heard this chief, I heard on the radio on CBC that this chief in PEI was being asked like what did he think that they should do with the statue of Johnny McDonald that's in like Charlottetown downtown on a bench? Should they take it down? Should they do this? Should they do that? And he was like, well, no, that's 50% of history, but we actually want to talk about all of history and keep the statue and put a statue of a crying child beside him, that like of a kid that went to a school and with a plaque explaining what he did. I was like, well, that's one way of doing it. You know, but then it goes back. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, at least it would be like showcasing and telling the truth, right?
Yeah, but then it goes back to what you said. Like, the statue is weird to begin with. My mom always said that. She was like, Leah says, "Oh my God, yeah, right." Yeah, it's just a strange concept. I totally agree. Well, I did see Ryerson's head on a stick. Do you know where that is?
Sorry.
Do you know where that is? Where did they decapitated Ryerson? But where is that? I didn't see where it was. Did you see? Or does anyone know?
I'm assuming it's like at Ryerson University, which is, by the way, we're calling it X University.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's do that.
Think,
X University.
Like the university put out a statement as well saying that they don't have any intention or any plans of putting the statue back. So hopefully they'll do like the name change officially too, because
no, there Leah says it was in front of X University. There you go. You're right. Yeah. Wow.
So it's X University now, and we are not celebrating Canada Day. I believe what a lot of Indigenous...
They threw the head in the lake? Sorry, I just read that. What? Oh. I didn't know that. I thought I saw it on a stake somewhere.
My boyfriend's laughing in the background.
Hi, boyfriend. I'm sure mine is laughing in the other room. Wow, I didn't know that part. Okay, learning something new. But we've also done a lot on this interview. We've changed the name officially, to make it official, to X University. Cancel Canada Day. I think we're good. We're on a good track here.
Yes, and I believe there's like going to be like a lot of people wearing orange as well, like on Canada Day to like, you know.
Yeah.
I guess commemorate, you know.
Yeah.
Anyone who went to residential school.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I realize I don't have any orange. All I have is this gorgeous Pakistani shirt that my boyfriend's mother gave me from Pakistan. But I was like, and these Mexican earrings. But, you know, Nanook for Real on Instagram. I don't know if you follow them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Idols, I think they might be one of my real, like, human idols. But so they and their partner are selling the shirts on Saturday in Kensington Market. If anybody wants to go by and support. I think you can pre-order and send them a DM. Well, I'll post about that as well afterwards. But, you know, there you go. Then you'll be ready for... We can't really call it Canada Day anymore then, can we? Anyways.
We'll have to figure it out.
X Day. Oh, hi, Nanukasi. Hi. I hope I pronounced your name wrong. Please correct me. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. We've just been here talking with Kitsune about her incredible work. We've covered a million topics. So you'll have to go back and read. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to list them. I'm like, you know what? Just go back and you can watch the interview. It'll be up live, Fab Collab Live, you know, for eternity or as long as Instagram lasts. And and there's all the interviews. We've been doing weekly interviews since November. So, oh, thank you. Oh, wow, thank you. It was perfect. I know I'm sensitive to that because people call me all sorts of things. Tamira, Tamara, like whatever, you name it, Tamer. So I hear everybody who has name issues. So, oh, Kitsune, I also want to say, can you please remind me what your name means?
Kitsune means fox. So fox and mux, very
Trouble.
on brand.
Yeah.
Actually, last night I was like, because I want to make sure that I have all my links up and everything for like today to like, just so people can
Nice.
like navigate to like get to my stuff. Um, I was like looking up to like buy like foxandmox.ca and it said that was already taken. I was like, what? And then I went back into like my GoDaddy account. I was like, oh, I forgot it renewed because I used to have a blog that I used to perform on.
Wait,
And
you
then
already own it?
I do, but I forgot that it had
Oh,
renewed. I thought that I didn't accept the renew because it has
nice.
been over a year now, and I thought that maybe
That's so
somebody
funny.
else had took it. But I went to Fox and Mox like .ca and there was nothing there. I'm like, what's going on? So then I went through my GoDaddy account. I was like, oh my god, thank goodness I own it.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you didn't like try and buy it off yourself and get scammed for like millions of
Could
dollars.
you imagine?
That's hilarious. Okay, so I can't wait to see that site. And everyone go follow Fox and Mox. That's happened to you too. Okay, that's hilarious.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one. That makes
I'm
me
sure
feel
you're one of
better.
many. I'm sure you're one of many. I gotta say. And thanks for joining everybody. And I just want to just make sure that there's nothing we didn't cover that you want to cover. What do you have any upcoming shows? Your video poem is coming out soon, or may already be out. That's the mail. Uh, so we'll be posting the links. Anything else that's coming out later in the summer or that you're working on that you want to, spread the word?
Just right now, I don't know if like you ever want to know about what's going on with me. I'd say Instagram is like the best place to like
Go
find
follow
out what's going
immediately.
on with me for like any of my shows or stuff that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I tried like promoting on TikTok a little bit, but it's like so weird because like you'll see a video not chronologically. You could see a video
I
from like 2 months
understand.
ago or
Yeah,
whatever, so it's a little bit harder to like promote things I'm finding.
totally.
But I still create content on there. So like if there's a
Nice.
trend, I try to find ways to like indigenize it. I actually started filming a TikTok earlier, and I'll show you the back of me. Hold on.
Oh my God, what? Let's see what you got.
You see it?
Wait, stand up a little bit because it gets cut off. It gets cut off. There. Oh, wow. Yeah, we see it. So is that going to go up after?
I'm hoping so. Yeah, there's like this trend for like it's called Adult Swim. I don't remember like where it's from or whatever, but like you're just doing like the most random stuff that you would normally do in a day. And then like at some point in the video you just like reveal the letters or like the words Adult Swim kind of thing, and it's to a specific track. So I was doing that and just like doing my makeup and like, whatever. And then I was gonna turn around and leave the washroom with like this on my back, but I ran out of time. So
Oh no, you'll have to do it after. Leah seems
yes.
to know what Adult Swim is. Leah, can you? You'll have to explain. You'll have to show me yours actually afterwards. And Cody says she's
Yeah,
just getting used to Instagram. I hear you.
I think it's like I don't know where it is or whatever. It's more than just this trend. And now that it's like some kind of thing online or whatever, I think it might be like really chill music, like a
Just,
platform for that. I'm not really sure.
you know what? Those things are just fun because they're creative and fun. And like, why not? I
Yes.
read recently. Somebody just wrote recently. I can't remember who it was. I'll have to find it. But they're like, I swear that the goal of life is just to hang out with people. you know, and that's your like everyone's like searching for the meaning of life and this and that, and they're like, you know what? I think the meaning of life is just to hang out with other people. I'm like, that's not a bad way of looking at it. It's not, and like creating art and doing something because you love it. Like, yeah, right. It's confusing and interesting. Yeah, that too. Okay, so we'll go. Everyone, go follow Fox and Mogs on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, I think, Twitter, I think. Although I can't stand Twitter.
I am always just on Instagram and TikTok.
Just go follow her on Instagram. Done. And I can't wait to see everything that you're gonna do. I'm so happy to know you, and I think we'll have to come visit you sooner rather than later.
Yes, it would be a pleasure to, you know, it's always great to like meet people like digitally, but like it's always great to like see somebody in person as well.
Yeah, it's like everything you imagined like becomes reality. It's the coolest, trippiest thing. I love it. I can't wait. And anyone else, please just feel free to write about any of these topics we've talked about today and share your opinion and your thoughts, any resources to be read or watched or talked about, anything at all. Just open always. And Kitsune, please like keep in touch. And well, I'm sure we'll keep in touch. I don't need to say that. Yeah. That's easy.
One thing that I did want to end on though,
Please.
because right now there's a lot of people who are selling Every Child Matters shirts, like the orange shirts commemorate that, or even like I would say missing and murdered Indigenous women shirts as well.
Yeah.
Make sure that the people that you're buying these shirts or this merchandise from is actually Indigenous.
Good point.
As well as like I would even go as far as saying like it would be really nice if these people who are selling the merch are contributing to organizations that help those causes or like whatever, right? Because then I don't know, I think that you're just profiting off of death and disappearance if you are selling missing murdered Indigenous women shirts and you're not putting any funds back into that cause. I think it's so even if you are Indigenous, I don't care. I think it's gross to be profiting off of like our people's pain and not contributing back into like, making it better for those groups of people or whatever. So do your research when you're buying your orange shirts for Canada Day, if you're going to wear it then, or if you're going to wear it on, stupid Justin Trudeau. So instead of...
Wait, on that note, I just want to say that the shirts we talked about earlier by Nanook for Real, the proceeds are going to Toronto Harm Reduction, which is an incredible program. So do that.
I kind of figured as
there's other good ones, but yeah.
I lost. Oh yeah.
Justin Trudeau, you were saying.
So it's just funny that like how much he has failed our people over the years. We don't even have clean water on some of our reservations. Yeah. And with all this stuff that came out with like the graves and everything, his response was like, here, have a holiday, September 30th. So now he's pushing to have that implemented possibly this year or whatever. We don't want a holiday. We want clean water. We want them not to fight us in court over residential schools. We want actual change. We don't want a holiday.
Exactly. Well said. Yeah. Once you put it that way, a holiday just sounds even worse than before. Yes, I agree. So we do have some links also in our bio right now to donate to the Indian Residential School Survivors Society. I did work on a template earlier this week to write to your MP asking for clean water. So I'll also share that. I worked on it with a band called Jaffa Road, and they've shared it, and I'll reshare it as well. So I believe you actually write a physical letter to your MP asking for clean water. I mean, that should never be a thing, asking for clean water. And on the Canada's own website, governmental website, it says that there are still 52 long-term water advisories in 33 communities, 52. So as my mom pointed out to me the other day, that's one per week. If we were to start resolving it now, it would still take a year, so there's a lot of work to be done. So thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. Thanks,
how many Indigenous issues can you fit into 1 hour?
Oh my God, I still feel like it's the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. So, and Ali's my partner and also co-founder of Fab Club. He's saying fabclubs.ca is our website, and you can go and watch this interview on our Instagram after. Leah says the Nanook for Real and their partner will be in the market, in Kensington Market Saturday with the shirts. Yeah, thanks guys for that info. And Kitsune, I never want to stop talking to you. That's the problem. I keep trying to say, I can't do it. Oh, thank you so much, Miigwech. Thank you, really, for being here, being so open, really, and talking about all these things that are so difficult, and just being so beautiful. Thank you so much, inside and out. I'm using your words.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for everyone who tuned in.
Yeah, and who will tune in later.
Came, and
yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure to share this to my networks too.
Please, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say share your stuff. I'm like, yeah, please. We'll share everything and everything. Yeah. That's how I felt about her show. Yeah, me, right?
Oh,
exactly.
you guys.
No, it's like really well done. Wow. You know, that's so hard. I'm always impressed by people who do solo shows. It's wild. It's like, it's wild. Yeah.
All on Zoom too.
Wild. That's all I gotta say. Go watch it. We'll post it right now. Kitsune, thank you. I'm giving you a huge hug. You're the best. Have the most beautiful day, and good luck on your projects. And I just can't wait to see everything that you're gonna do.
Thank you. Yeah. We'll be in touch for sure.
Bye, everyone. Have a good day. We'll be back next week, and we'll be posting about that. See ya.